Hello, Venetian. Long time no see. How you doing?
I'm good, ma'am.
Great. Why were you absent? You are not
Uh,
interested like before.
no, ma'am. Last week I went to pilgrimage. That's why I couldn't participate the class.
Okay, so are you okay today?
Oh yeah, I'm okay now.
All right. So I was telling the girls that I'm gonna talk about a topic. I hope it will not bring any negativity by your side because we're gonna talk about this word. I just wanna you have a look at the word and tell me what do you know about it. Okay, let's write this down together. This is the word that I'm gonna discuss with you. What about this word? Do you know what is it? Who knows this word? Huh? Who knows
Don't
this?
know, ma'am.
You don't know. Okay. Huh? Noha, do you
No.
know? Inshira, Shima, Vanajan. Can you even?
Something something which is not interested. It means
Okay. Very good. So boredom.
Feeling more.
Aywa, it is related to your feeling of being bored when you are less interested in something. Okay, so sometimes we wake up in the morning, we feel like we are so down, and this is not our lucky day. And maybe we don't go to work at this day, but we will feel that we don't know what to do. The day is so boring. We don't know how to spend our day in an interesting way. Okay, so I want to tell you that this word is a noun. And when I want to describe my own feeling, so I say I'm bored. So the word with ed describes a person. Okay, I'm bored. But when I want to describe something by being less interesting, so I say the movie is boring. Okay, so the word with ing to describe things, but with ed is to describe persons. Okay, so I can't say about myself, I am boring. I am boring is totally wrong. This gives a negative meaning to my personality. This means my personality is boring. I am a boring character. Nobody is interested to know me. You understand? Guys, do you
Yes, ma'am.
understand? All right, all right. Okay, time. Now, I want, Inshira, are you there? Inshira?
Ma'am.
Hello, your connection is not so good like every time. Okay, Inshira, you got the meaning of bored and boring? You got the
Yes, ma'am.
difference?
Got it.
Type,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Can you tell me about something which is boring for you?
Uh, to me,
What's boring?
traveling,
Traveling.
traveling a long time
Okay,
for
it's
a long time is
maybe it's
boring to me.
boring because it's tiring. It makes you tired as well, right?
Yes.
That's why this is the
Boring.
okay. What was the most
Sometimes some
boring trip for
books
you?
are boring
Some books
to
are
me.
boring. Okay, Tai, what was the most
Continuously,
hmm,
continuously sitting in the classroom is boring.
like today?
No.
Okay. 4 hours in a row. It's hard. Miss Shani in the beginning,
Uh,
and then me, you feel like you are so stressed out. But anyway, we're about to finish this very soon, and you will see the results upon yourself when you find yourself, I mean, more active, and when you find yourself like improved a lot in speaking the language, you will know that you didn't spend your time or you didn't waste it. You didn't spend it in vain. It was a precious time that we spent together. Yes, Shima, you want to talk about something boring? Yeah, tell me about it, please. Hmm.
yes. The most boring thing is my physical class.
Your physical class.
Health
Although
and physical subject.
here in Egypt, students are waiting for this class so much because it's fun and they are gonna run and play. It's not about reading and writing and memorizing. So can you tell me why you don't like it? It's unlike all the students I know. Why don't you
Yeah,
like the physical subject?
the the teacher who is teaching the physical subject is too lazy.
Is too lazy. This is so ironic and ridiculous because he's supposed to be the one who's active. You know, a
Yeah.
physical subject is the PE, physical education, like you are playing and jumping and right?
Yeah.
Is it the same in your country or do you study from books?
Books and actions, both.
Books. No, here in Egypt, we don't have books for this subject. It's all about running in the playground, doing some practice, some exercises. So it is, and sometimes they dance Domba and they do yoga. So it is very fun and interesting to the students. So this is really very weird to me to find a student doesn't like physical subject. All right. طيب, let's move to Noha. Noha, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, Noha. Tell me about something boring to you.
When I watch film,
Hmm?
most of love stories are boring.
When you watch a movie, sometimes they are boring. Okay. What kind of movies don't you like? What's the genre of the movie that you don't like? I mean, action, horror, romance. What kind of movies you're not interested in?
I like action movies.
So you
Also,
are
I like love stories, but
love.
but they all are same.
Okay.
Also,
So
because
so
like
action. All right. So action movies are not boring to you. I'm talking about something boring to you.
when I was a school student, I bought to go school.
I was bored from school. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me what makes you bored at school?
History subject,
History.
history, also maths.
Also math. So history and math are
I don't
boring
like that math
subjects
teacher,
for you.
so I bought.
I don't like math either, but I think history is very interesting for me because I used to love the way the teacher states the events and tell us about the old ages and what happened in the past. I was so anxious to know what happened to my country in the past, so that's why I'm interested in history. But it needs a lot of memorizing. This is the problem. You need to memorize the numbers, the dates, the names, and it's a lot. When it comes to the exam, you find yourself you have a lot of stuff to remember. This is the issue about history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. طيب, Hania, let's move to Hania. Hania,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about something makes you bored.
It makes me boring. Sitting,
Makes
uh,
me bored, not boring.
yeah, standing with unknown people in some places. That is very boring. And some
Okay.
people are talking. They are telling the story again and again. When we are meeting again, they will tell the same story again. That
These
is
are
very boring.
most probably these are old ladies. We have to bear them. You know, you by
Very.
time when you get old, you will find yourself doing the same thing.
Not now, but
Not
but
now,
that is boring.
not now, but by time you will be a copy of these old ladies that you are not
Not
interested
only
in.
the old ladies, ma'am. Some people are like that.
Oh,
Not the old people only. Some people are like that. They are telling the story one time and again they are seeing us again telling the
You
same
know, when we
thing.
were young, you used to hear your mom saying the same things every day or the same comments every day. She keeps repeating everything, and you were like, what is she doing? You are criticizing her actions. But now, when we grow up, when we are moms, we started to do the same things our parents were doing to us. So I think
Yeah.
it's a cycle and we keep repeating each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Venajan, thank you. Venajan,
Hi, ma'am.
hi dear. Venajan, tell me, do you feel bored at your work
Uh, uh,
sometimes?
Sometime.
Mm. Okay. What is the most boring day for you at work? How does it look like? Like what happens in this day or what's usually happening in this day makes you feel I want to go home very fast. Mm. When there is no work or when there is much work to do.
Sometimes if I have more work or complicated work, I
Mm.
feel bored.
Mm. You feel
Uh,
bored or you feel challenged to do or to finish the complicated task.
Challenging task. It's a
Okay.
challenging task.
So if you have a challenging task, you feel like you are in a challenge to finish this task. It's better than feeling bored, because if you are bored and you have a complicated task, this will not make you creative enough to finish it, right?
Uh, Challenging task, ma'am. Uh, Challenging task, most interesting to solve the problem, sort it out the problem.
All
But
right.
the lot of works are boring.
A lot of
There's
books.
a lot of like the same thing, same work, but
Mm.
we have
The
to
same
do
work.
a lot. Yeah,
Repeating the same work every day without any
it's
creativity, without any addition. This makes you
it's a
bored.
boring. Yes, it's a
Yeah,
challenge. It's
yeah.
challenging or complicated works is interesting.
Mm.
That's not a boring thing.
True. So when you have new challenges every day in your work, this makes you more excited to go to see what's coming next. What's this the new challenge for today? Because I want to check myself whether I can complete this or not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. It's the same with me as well. So if you are doing the same things every day and your job is really monotonous, like boring on the same level, you don't add to yourself, you don't learn anything new, uh,
Mm.
from hence comes boredom. You feel bored about what you are doing because there is no addition to yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's great. All right, so I would like you to watch this video about boredom, okay? And you will find lots of words that are complicated. And this is normal. When we are reading a text, when we are listening a video, sometimes we find complicated words. The most important thing when you are listening, don't stop yourself at every single word. You have to keep moving because we are looking for understanding the overall idea of the topic, not translating word by word. So don't get panicked when you find a word that you don't know. Just try to move on and try to understand from between the lines. Okay, so let's have a look at this.
I'm going to talk today about the problem of boredom. Now, it's true, we encounter boredom less and less. With all of our gadgets and with the totality of human knowledge and artistic output always available to us, when you can always hear your favorite song or watch a great film or read a great book or text a friend, because you can do all of these things with a device that you have at your side 24 hours a day, you might successfully avoid boredom for the rest of your life. But you might also never discover what's on the other side of boredom. And you might not recognize the price you are paying for being compelled to distract yourself, for having lost or having simply never acquired a capacity for doing nothing, a productive capacity for doing nothing. Once you learn to meditate, you realize that boredom is simply a failure to pay attention. If something as simple and repetitive as breathing can become a source of blissful contemplation, and it can, and if the feeling of boredom itself can become an object of intense interest, and it can, there's no way to be bored if you're paying close attention to your experience. So training in meditation is the true cure for boredom. It's a kind of permanent inoculation. Once you learn how to meditate, you will never be truly bored again. Now, this isn't to say that you won't still make choices in life. Certain activities might still feel like a waste of time, and they might be a waste of time given all the other things you could do. So you might still walk out of a movie or stop reading a book because it's, quote, boring. But when left alone with yourself, how do you feel? Are you desperate to be distracted by some stimulus? Or can you find a deep feeling of well-being as an intrinsic property of just being conscious? The gulf between these two conditions is enormous. And in my experience, only meditation allows us to reliably span it.
Okay, so now I want every one of you to tell me one idea you got from watching this video. One idea. Let's start with Hania. Shima? Yalla Shima, you would like to talk. I saw you.
Meditate.
Okay. Meditation? What about it?
Read books,
So these are solutions
watching movies, cinema.
to cure or overcome your boredom. Okay. Hania? Hania, do you have something to say?
Yes, ma'am. But very sorry, ma'am. I didn't concentrate on the video.
It's
I'm
okay.
little,
You didn't get anything out of it?
because I didn't concentrate. I
All
was
right.
here. Little work for
It's
me.
okay. Noha?
Sorry.
It's okay, dear. Noha?
We can meditate.
Mm.
It can release our stress and boring. Also, we can watch a film.
Okay, very good. Very good. Super. And Shira?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, dear.
Doing yoga and chat with friends. Watching lovable films and listening
Okay.
to music.
Nice. Very
And
nice. Okay.
that's so.
Great. Great. Benajin?
Yes, ma'am. Listening music.
Listening to music.
Listen to music. Watching interesting movies.
Okay. He mentioned something about that being bored sometimes is a bliss in itself. It's nice to be bored sometimes, because when you are bored, you come up with some creative ideas to get yourself out of this boredom. You got this?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you got it, Shima? Who said yeah? Someone said yeah. Who said yeah? Who got my point? Noha, explain to us. What did you understand from my point?
I'm bored with my life, so I started meditation and doing some native English speaking classes. And
very good.
Creative ideas. I got some creative ideas to
very
become
good.
a good human being.
Excellent. That's great. This is exactly what I meant. So the video is saying that sometimes when you are bored, this is a bliss in itself. It's treasure. It's something nice in itself because it will make you, it will like force you to think of some creative ideas on how to get rid of this boredom. Okay. It will make you think more of how to get out of this bad mood. So when you are bored, give yourself a chance. Yani, don't take it the easy way out and pick up your mobile and speak to someone, try to spend the time. No, give yourself a chance to think of some more creative ideas on how to overcome and how to pass this boredom phase and to get rid of what you are feeling. Okay. Type, do you guys, when you are bored, do you guys like to talk to someone on the phone? Do you find a solution in using the mobile phone in getting rid of your boredom? Who's using mobile when they are bored? Speak, unmute yourself and speak if you would like. Hanya, do you use your mobile when you are bored? Do
Yeah.
you use your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I
okay.
talk with my sister and mom.
Great. Do they get you
And
out of your bad
yeah.
mood or they increase it?
Yes. No, they are not increasing. I
You know,
feel
because sometimes the family increases the the bad feelings. You are feeling bad and you call them to get out of bad mood. You keep like complaining and telling them, I'm feeling so and so. So their answer maybe is shocking and makes you feel more bad about yourself, right? Sometimes.
Sometimes it's happening, ma'am.
Yeah, sometimes I call any one of my family, my mom or my sister. I tell them my daughters are annoying me. They are doing so and so. You are a mom. You have to bear this. We are all moms. We are suffering. We are all suffering like you. Nobody's giving solution. They start to like say, you are the feeling you are feeling is the same like us. So no need to complain. So sometimes talking to people make things worse, right? I know
Yes, ma'am.
girls, I know most of women and girls like to talk in the phone. But is it the same case with men, Venetian? Men like to talk in, through the phone a lot?
Men, no, ma'am, I think.
You don't like talking on the phone to someone a lot?
I don't like to talk more through the phone.
You
It's
don't.
very, very boring thing.
You know, I am like this. My phone is always on silent mode, and you know, I don't like to respond to anyone. I prefer to text. You know, if someone is texting me, so I text back. Maybe I send a recorded message, but answering a phone, I feel like it's a headache for me. And I wonder how some people, I have some friends, they may spend the whole day talking on the phone. And it's really weird to me. How come?
Irritating.
Huh?
Irritating thing.
Yeah, it is very weird to me. How come you can stand someone buzzing in your ears like 2 or 3 hours? This is hard. What about girls? Who likes talking on the phone a lot? Noha and Shira, Shima. Girls, and Shira, do you like using the phone a lot?
No, ma'am.
You don't. Do
No.
you have friends when you are bored, you pick up the phone and you have a certain friend in your mind you like to talk to?
I speak with my sister. Sometimes I speak with Nuha, you know.
Really? Noah is your friend?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. about our school times, and sometimes she comes our home. Sometime
Great,
I go
nice,
over
nice.
their home.
First time to know
If
that you
we
guys know each other. I thought you don't know each other because you never said.
we are school friends, ma'am. Both.
Wow. Uh, and now not in the same college?
No, still our results is not released.
Okay.
After that, we can.
I think the results take very long time. Since we started the course, you are telling me about the
Yes,
results.
ma'am. Yes.
Why this long?
Now here, the economic crisis also, it's the biggest problem here.
I
So
understand.
the education, now the schools also,
Closed?
no, now 3 days per week only.
They
Schools.
minimized the school days, the number of
Yes,
school days.
yes. The traveling problem is the biggest problem now.
Okay, petrol,
So,
right? You have petrol
yes.
problem. You can
Yes,
find
so
petrol
the
easily.
government not care about the results and other education problem now.
Because they
Yes.
have priorities. There are more crises to be cared
Yes.
for than the results. So you have to
Yeah.
wait. It's good for you. You have a long holiday before you get your results and move to the college. Because college is not easy. It needs hard work. So you have to get ready and take a deep breath.
Yes, all of them says like that, but it's very bored.
It's very
Because
boring.
we,
It's very what?
yes, very boring.
Aywa, not bored.
Because, oh yes, sorry.
Okay.
Because we studied for at schools, and after that, it's we without studying it's very difficult. Now I can feel, but at that time we feel, if we have a holiday, it's very interesting, and it's very we can do
Maybe
many things, a
because
lot of things.
you
But
are
now, no
waiting for
idea.
because you are waiting for something that's gonna change your future. It's a big
Yes,
step,
yes,
and
yes,
this
yes, ma'am.
makes
That's
you
the truth.
worried. Yeah, that's why. And
Yes,
waiting a long time for the results. This is a very
yes,
boring issue in itself. God
yes.
be with you, inshallah. You and Noah will get high marks and will be successful,
Ma'am.
and we will be proud of
Thank
you,
you.
inshallah. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome, dear. Okay, now let's read a text. Every one of you is gonna read a paragraph and summarize it to the rest of the group. So you're gonna read it and tell your friends a summary about this part. What did you understand of it? Okay. When I open my WhatsApp, it's something nice because you guys can't read Arabic. So it's okay to open it in front of you. It's a nice feeling. All right. Oh. Mm. Okay. So this text is entitled The Truth About Boredom. Okay. We're gonna start the first paragraph with Venajan. Venajan, you will read the paragraph aloud and then start to explain it to the group to make them understand what's this part about exactly. Go ahead.
Okay. We all hate being bored, particularly at work. In fact, most of us try hard to avoid it. And thanks to modern technology, there are now hundreds of ways to keep ourselves entertained. People watch videos or playing games on the way to work, check their phones when they are boring meetings, and talk with friends or listen to music while they do dull administrative tasks. But some scientists think we are making a mistake. They believe that boring activities can be good for us. And recent psychology experiments test this idea.
Okay. Tell us, what is this part about?
Normally, nowadays humans are think nowadays uh, 1 second, ma'am.
Okay. Arrange your ideas and then speak when you are ready.
In early days, there are a lot of boring things happen, but nowadays the modern technology reduce the boring things.
Okay.
Like we can chat with friends. We can use the phones to use Facebook, Insta, social media things. So those are reduce our boring things. But scientists wants that it is also mistake. It's not help to us, so it is not to reduce the boring thing.
Okay, it doesn't help us. Okay.
Okay, that's all, man.
And sometimes boring activities can be good
Yes,
for us.
Boring activities can be good for something or some experiments.
All right. Okay. This part, Shima.
Yeah.
Read and then explain.
Second one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In 2013, Dr. Sandyman and Rebecca Cardman did an experiment to test people's creativity, i.e. how good we are. Their idea was to how creative we are. They gave 140 people some plastic cups and asked them. However, half the people spent 50 minutes doing same very boring activities. First, they had to read telephone numbers from a big list and copy them on a
piece of paper. Are you gone?
Piece of paper. They are I'm done. They are testing people's creativity. That's it.
How did they do this? What was the experiment exactly?
They give cups, paper cups, sorry, plastic cups. Plastic cups for 140 people and tell them to use it in a different ways. But half of the people spend 50 minutes doing very boring activity.
Okay.
That's it.
Great. Okay. Now, guys, I want you to have a look at the bold, the pronouns that are written on bold in big letter. And I want you to tell me, what do they refer to? Let's start with Fatma, Hania. The first one, it here refers to what? It goes for what?
Being bored.
Being bored or boredom itself. Very good. So boredom, it. Very good. Okay. Noha, number 2. There. Who are they? Noha? There, Noha?
People who did experiment.
People who did the experiment. Dr. Sandy and Rebecca. Very good. Okay. And Shara, them.
The people, ma'am.
The
The same
people,
people.
the people, the scientists, or who?
Uh,
People.
no, people only.
The people who are going to conduct or operate the experiment, right?
Yes, yes.
Very good. Okay. Vanagin, the last one for them. What's them here? Vanagin?
Yes, ma'am.
Telephone
Them.
number.
Noah, are you Vanagin? Yes, Vanagin. Them is what here? No idea? Noah, huh?
The numbers,
Huh?
telephone numbers.
The telephone numbers, yeah. Finally, Noah took your turn. Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, this paragraph is for Inshira. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. The results of experiments were very interesting. The people who did the boring activities first were much more creative and thought of lots of ideas. Some people suggested wearing the cups as party hats or filling them with fruit juice and freezing them to make popsicles. Whereas the people who didn't do any boring tasks found it hard to think of many ways to use the cups.
Okay, tell me, what do you understand from this part?
People who did the people the people who did the boring activities they were very creative thoughts and they have they had a lot of ideas.
Although it seems ridiculous and it seems boring, but it is creative, right?
Yes, yes.
And at least they tried to do something, even if the activity was boring, but I mean like it was something different.
Yes.
What about the people who took very long time in thinking what to do with this plastic cup? Did they end up with doing something or nothing?
People who didn't do any boring tasks found it hard.
Yeah, this part.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I give you, for example, a paper, and I tell you come up with any idea, some people try to think very deep on making something with a deep meaning, but the time
Yes.
passes without doing anything. And some people simply they like fold it and make a boat, right? It looks boring and ridiculous, but they came up with an idea, right? You know how to make a boat of
Yes,
the
ma'am.
paper? We used to do this when we were young. We folded parts, and then it looks like a boat. You know this trick?
Yes, we know.
Yeah. So if you do something, it may appears boring, but you got out with a new idea and something nice. It's better than keep on thinking and taking and spending so much time in doing something very with a deep meaning, but you get out with nothing at the end. Okay, you got this? All right, Noha, let's move to the coming part, this one.
Dr. Mann says a little boredom can be positive for us. He doesn't think we should be afraid for doing nothing.
Oh,
Many very successful people do boring activities in their free time.
very good.
For example, rock musician Jack White repairs furniture. His hobby helps him relax and think of ideas for new songs. At work, some successful people do similar things to be more creative, like cleaning out their desk or deleting old emails.
Very nice. Okay, explain to us.
It's not a bad thing be a boring situation. This boring condition gives us some good things.
Very good.
Example, rock musician Jack White is doing repair furniture
In his free time or in the time he doesn't have work.
Yes.
Great.
It can be it gives his body to relax this time.
Very good. Very good. Okay. The last one is for Hania. Hania, are you busy? Hania, there? Where is she? She's not even here. Okay. Who would like to read the final part? All of you read already, but any volunteer wants to read this part? A volunteer? No volunteer? No? Yalla Benajin.
However, there are good and bad ways to be bored. You should only do boring activities for a short time, and you should avoid physical activities that makes you feel tired, as this can make you less creative. So if you usually listen to music, read the news, and send message to friends when you are bored at work, why not try doing less? Make yourself a cup of coffee, organize your paperwork, or look out the window. Maybe it will change your life, and you can always tell your boss that you are being creative.
What do we mean by this part?
The boring things, there are two parts. It can be good and bad. But in the boring time, we want to avoid physical activities. It will be tired to us.
And it will make us less creative. So when you are bored, this is a time to think and be creative. You are bored, you have nothing to do. So it's like you are forcing your mind to think of something that's out of the box. Out of the box means very creative and new, right? You understand this?
Yes, I got it. Right.
Okay. Right, now we would like every one of you will mention to me a job you think is boring and a reason why you think so. So think of a job that's boring and why do you think that this job is boring? If you are ready, just unmute yourself and speak. A boring job. Inshira, Noha, Shima, Venajan. Anyone is ready? Oh, being a student. Okay, share this with us, please. Unmute yourself and speak. Yalla shushu.
Yeah, sometimes being a student is really boring for us because we only know how the teacher is teaching us. Teachers doesn't know that it's boring or not, but we can only feel it.
This is funny. Okay, so you are judging the teachers?
Maybe sometimes.
During the break time, you sit together in a circle and keep on talking and gossiping about the teachers. This one is really boring. This one is silly.
You got it.
This one doesn't
You
feel
got
good.
it. Yeah, sometimes, but teachers will not understand how students feel.
No,
Teachers
they
know
don't.
that
They don't, unless you complain.
teachers thinking is teaching students like to learn more, but we like to learn, but a little bit. Every day we like to learn a little bit.
I
Not
understand
all
this, Shushu.
things in one
I
day.
understand. I'm a good teacher. Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that some teachers believe that when they fill the board with writings and they fill it with new vocabulary and they give you a grammar and all the skills in one session, they feel like they did a miracle and they are, wow, a super teacher. But I believe nobody will learn by this way because most of the students are learning English at schools, but they are not good speakers of English because we learn curriculums, but we don't learn a language. The teachers don't teach you how to speak or how to listen or how to react in different situations, but they give you grammar points that are very lame and ridiculous. And I mean, the natives themselves, sometimes they make grammatical errors. So it's not about grammar. Maybe in our own language, sometimes we make grammatical mistakes. So the language is not only about teaching grammar. No one will talk with grammar. Do you agree with me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It's the same scenario in Sri Lanka. Teachers focus on grammar, present simple, past progressive, and this stuff, or they teach you how to deal with situations, how to talk. They talk with you in English or during the session, or maybe they speak their own native language. How it goes in Sri Lanka? Tell me.
Yeah, the grammar point only.
Grammar part.
The grammar parts, and maybe they explain in their own language also, not all in English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my English teacher is not very good because whenever he teach me, I get not you in class.
I
I mean in
understand.
school.
I understand, but I'm
Whenever
laughing because you are
whenever
gossiping
I
about her. Oh, okay, tell me.
but whenever I listen his class, I'm losing my knowledge,
Conscious.
which I observed already.
Okay, some teachers in Egypt also the same way. In some schools, some teachers cannot pronounce words well. Maybe sometimes my kids get back from school, they heard a wrong word with wrong pronunciation. And this is a worldwide problem. It's not only in Sri Lanka, it's in all non-English speaking countries. You find English teachers are not very qualified to teach the language, or they don't know from where to start. And sometimes schools hire teachers with very low salaries. So whenever you find a person who accepts a low salary, this means he's not qualified enough. right? Is
Yeah.
this right? Noha and Inshira, where are you? Why don't you share in this discussion? Hello? Noha and Inshira are talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Oh,
are you talking on the phone together now?
No.
Okay, Inshira, we were talking about the teachers that make you
Yes.
feel bored in the class. What are the things that you find in a teacher that make you bored and you are less interested in listening and attending?
I think they should teachers should teach 40 minutes or 1 hour or 1.5 hour. After that, the students
Get
normally
bored.
they
Mm,
yes they get bored.
exactly.
Um,
Mm. So long
and
time or
if students bored in studies, students can't concentrate,
mm,
so they miss that part, that session.
mm,
Sometimes if it's hard studies, hard parts, if like maths or physics, it's make after that also it's difficult to understand.
mm,
They can't get that part. Then after that, the other parts also missing to them,
exactly.
without no yes without understand the before the part, and some subject are like that. So uh, it's very important that the students should be without bored in like that studies.
Exactly. I totally agree.
And
Anshira, I feel
when
like you are clever at school. I have this feeling. I don't know why.
uh, and uh, if a officer the people who works with computer, it's very bored, I think. It's
Mm,
so like that people should have a little moment break,
mm,
5 or 10 minutes,
mm,
uh, and per 1 hour, 1.5 hour,
mm,
then it make interesting to them.
mm.
uh, and
I understand
that's
your
all.
point. So you believe that uh, office work is boring. People who are staying in their offices for a long time
Yeah,
in front of computer, this is a
the
boring job.
the work with the computer, I think it's called, I think,
Work with
continuously
computer
watching that screen, I think it's very
and tiring
irritating.
also.
Yes,
Mm,
tiring.
mm, mm, mm.
After the starting of online class, I realized that it's very difficult to work. uh,
Maybe because
if
you're using
eyes
mobile.
also
If you
damage.
are using laptop, it would be much better. But
Yes,
how was
but
it going in your country during the Corona days at schools? Didn't they revert to online learning?
yes, didn't all are in online, ma'am.
All online.
All were in online,
So since
online study.
2020, the whole world started to move to online. You
Yes, even now some
know,
university students is on use online.
still.
Uh,
Mm.
yes, but it's
It's
not.
because it saves time. It's time saver instead of, you know, going down and riding microbus or
But
a
ma'am,
bus.
many lot of students sleeping while the teachers, the lecturers or teachers teaching. Uh, Sometimes in my classes, when I was schooling,
Mm.
uh,
When
my
I was at
in
school. Mm.
classes, at that it's very tiring, and I also sometimes I will also slept sometimes. My mom came and off the phone after finishing the classes.
Okay, it
So
happens, but if you choose to do this
now
by your own
now
will, maybe you were
now we you
forced
are
to.
now you are asking me questions, so I am talking with you, so I will be not sleep, but
I understand.
there are a lot of students, no, 300 400 like that students,
Mm.
so they don't speak and don't ask question.
Yeah, and maybe because it's a long schedule, you have lots of subjects all after each other, and this is tiring.
Yes, yes,
But if you are
yes,
studying for one course per week, it's okay, right? I
yes.
think it's okay. Okay,
Yes,
Noha
ma'am.
wanted to speak. I think you were raising your hand.
No, it's okay. I think being a teacher is the both.
It's boring. Mm.
They have to consider all students' subjects.
Mm.
Also, they want to consider their house and their
Mm.
own children.
Mm. So it's
Um,
tiring, not boring. It's
yes,
tiring, but teaching in itself is a very emotional job.
they can't teach in detail.
Because
Have to
it's
study it
all
when.
about your relation with your student. So it has feelings involved in the job. It's not only about lecturing and talking. No, you should build a bridge between you and your student. And this is very emotional and passionate. I don't think it's a boring job. It's tiring one, yeah. It is very tiring. You have to prepare, you have to wake up early, you have to take care of all the students' abilities and psychology. Sometimes some students are jealous from each other. Sometimes they feel like shy, and you have to encourage them. So the role of the teacher is big. It's not only about teaching, it's about encouraging, and it's about have connection and feeling with all the students in her class. And not all teachers can do this, because as Shushu said, some teachers don't notice that they are doing something wrong, and this is a big problem. Anyone wants to comment on this? Type, tell me about a teacher that you used to love a lot during your class days or school days. Which teachers makes the session less boring? What does this teacher do in his class to make you engaged and less bored? Hiya, Shushu. You want to speak?
Yeah, yeah. My science teacher and history teacher.
Okay.
My science and history teachers are
Why do you
very
love them?
productive, and we love. Yeah,
Because they
because they're
understand
asking questions.
you, right?
Yeah, I understand our feeling. Whenever I say teachers, it's over, just stop the class, and she stopped it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Other teachers says, no, you want to study constantly, don't stop studying. So it's a little bit.
I understand.
Yes.
Okay. Hiya, Vanajan, tell me about a teacher in your school that made the class not boring. What did they used to do? Vanajan is there?
Yes, ma'am. They used to tell stories
About themselves.
about themselves. Or
Do you find this interesting when a teacher keeps on saying stories about himself or talking about how
other
great
things.
he is? Huh? You like this?
I like this because the the subjects are very boring. Yeah,
So you want to listen to stories better than subjects. Wow.
Yes. After that, bring the day went to the class.
Were you a clever student at class or you were lazy? Honestly.
I'm a very
You were lazy?
lazy student.
And how much what was your mark in the final year? You say you are an engineer and this needs I mean a big mark, right?
I'm an accountant, but
Accountant. Oh,
when I was a student, I'm
that
not
active.
interesting to studying at this
Okay.
classroom. I'm studying out of classroom always.
Okay. So you go to school just to enjoy the company of your friends, but to do
Yes.
anything but not listening to the teacher. Wow. But now you are very punctual and you know you have passion and enthusiastic. You want to listen and to learn. What happened? You grow up or what happened?
Yes.
But if now you have the chance to get back to school days, would you react in a different way?
Yes. I'll react a different way.
What would you do?
Um, Being punctual,
Mm.
polite, and concentrate on studies.
So you regret, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Uh, anyone else wants to comment about teachers at schools? Okay. Let's get down. Type. Okay. This question, this one. Okay. We said we agreed before while writing that the topic sentence is the beginning sentence in the paragraph. Okay. And the topic sentence summarizes what is the whole paragraph is about. It's a restating to your idea or your opinion or about the topic itself. We want to get back to the topic sentence up here, the first one. I want every one of you to read it. The very first one highlighted in yellow. We all hate being bored, particularly at work. Let's get down now. Check the best description of the text. So from the topic sentence, what is the best sentence that describes this text? Okay. Modern technology makes us feel bored more quickly, or people can have better ideas after they do boring activities. Boredom in offices is a serious problem for companies. What do you think is a restating or a summary for this topic sentence? Who knows? It's very easy. Do you want to see the topic sentence again?
The second one.
Have a look at the sentences, the topic one again. It says that we all hate being bored, particularly at work. What is a restating for this sentence? Yani it's something, the sentence that explains this one, but in other words. Which one? Inshira and Noah and Shushu, wake up. Hiya Noah, do you know? It's too easy, guys. Inshira? Do you hear me,
Yes,
guys?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a restating for this sentence? It's too easy.
With
We are very bored, particularly, especially in work. How can I write this sentence again in other words with the same meaning? Modern technology makes us feel bored, or people can have better ideas after they do activities, or boredom in offices is a serious problem for companies. It's too easy,
Boredom
guys.
in
Yeah,
third one.
exactly. The third one, boredom in offices is a serious problem. If I talk about boredom, particularly in work, so I talk about boredom in offices and companies, right? Shushu is saying, honestly, I'm a very clever student. It's very obvious. No need to tell me because it's very clear. Okay, number 3. Type. Now, after reading this text about boredom, or after talking about boredom in general, has this changed your opinion about being bored? Like now you will look at boredom in a different perspective and different way, or you still have the same feeling and ideas towards boredom? Ayashushu.
Yeah, change opinion. It gives me more ideas to how spend my board time.
Okay. What about Noah? Noah started very active in the beginning of the session, and then she closed the mic like every day. Noah? 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 Okay. And Shira?
yes, ma'am.
Now, did you or have you changed your opinion about the word boredom after studying and reading?
Yes, not studying, but at work, in working, it's correct. I think from
Mm,
this passage,
mm,
uh, it's correct. But in studies, it's not correct. I think.
okay.
Yes.
Venison, what do you think?
After that, reading the passage, my mindset changed my mindset. Uh,
Okay, you changed. Great. Okay, so now let's practice filling the gaps with the correct pronouns here. Shushu, number 1, we will use these pronouns to be in the correct place as we did in the paragraph up. Shushu, start please. Hello,
Yeah. Sorry,
can
ma'am.
you?
I cannot understand.
Yeah, I want you to choose from the pronouns here and put in the correct place. Read number 1.
Okay. Carl Dunker was a German psychologist.
Mm,
He is most famous for developing a way to test creativity.
okay, so this is
He.
he. Very good. Number 2, Inshira.
In his experiment, he gave students a candle, a book of maths, and a box of thumbtacks.
Tax, okay. Type. Next, Noha. He asked, I wonder where is Noha. Noha, Noha. Okay, Venison. He asked,
he asked he asked them to stick
Them.
the candle to
Okay.
wall and light
Okay.
it without dripping
And light.
any.
What is the pronoun here?
It.
It. Yeah. Very good. Just wait a second, please. Okay, I wanted to show a video. I'm trying to open it.
This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Are you still bored in the house? Here at Sprice Machines, we've developed a cure for boredom. This very simple machine is going to help you decide what to do today. Let's test it out. Okay, guys, what do you think of this machine? Did you like it? Hello?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Do you want to buy this machine to know, to decide for you what you're gonna do in your boring days? Are you willing to buy
Yeah.
something like this to help you?
I am willing and I am like to do it.
You enjoy to play to see what's gonna happen. I'm excited to know what will it choose for him to do. So let's do this. This is crazy. Now the wheel will decide for him.
What? Oh, come on.
He's going to clean up
Wow,
the
it's
machine.
interesting.
Okay, so it's the video was just for fun. Some people are doing like crazy ideas to get themselves out of boring stuff. I hope you got a benefit from the session today, and we got a time to practice talking, and you benefited from all the discussions that we did together. And it was really a nice time as every time. And I'm gonna see you next week. Have a nice day all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much, ma'am.
Bye-bye.